This is an incredibly delicious dessert recipe, Handi Ki Kheer. I'm sure we all love kheer, and this recipe is an easy to follow as it has very few ingredients that is required to make it. I'm sure if you try this recipe, you will end up making the best kheer too. So do follow my complete recipe and make this kheer at home. I'm sure everyone is going to love it. So let me take you through the steps in making the perfect kheer at home. To a large cooking pot, add in around 5 to 6 tablespoons of desi ghee. I'm using 1 cup of soji, that's semolina, for making this recipe. This is the fine soji that we get. Once the ghee is slightly heated, add in the semolina to it. Roast the soji in the ghee for around 2 to 3 minutes. This is an important step as the flavors are taken up by the soji and it gets roasted too, giving a really good flavor to our kheer. Roast the soji for around 7 to 8 minutes on a low flame or until you see that its color begins to slightly change as it gives the kheer a really good flavor. Continuously stirring at this point is important as we do not want our soji to get burnt. Once you see that the soji has taken up the ghee flavor and also the color has slightly changed, at this stage you can remove the soji and keep it aside. Keep the soji aside and let it come to room temperature. Then to the same cooking pot, add in 1.5 liters of milk. I'm using full fat milk for this recipe. Then to this add in a few saffron threads as it helps give a really good flavor to the kheer. Once the milk comes to a boil, at this stage add in the soji. Remember the soji has to be cooled down and come to room temperature. The reason behind this is it helps it to cook uniformly as well as it does not form lumps. So continuous stirring at this stage is an important step. While continuously stirring it, let it cook. The soji takes around 5 to 6 minutes to cook completely. It does not take as long as the rice kheer. For giving the kheer a really good flavor and also a thickness, I added in condensed milk. So the quantity of condensed milk that you add can be according to your choice. I added in 1 tin of condensed milk at this stage. The reason for this is it gave it a really good flavor and thickness to the kheer too. Give it a really good mix until you see that it's well combined. The condensed milk that is added here gives a really good texture to the kheer. The sweetness to the kheer is given by adding the white sugar. So only the condensed milk wasn't sufficient, so I added in another 1 cup of white granulated sugar. Give it all a really good mix. After adding the sugar, you can cook it for another 2 to 3 minutes until it slightly thickens. At this stage, the kheer was completely cooked and also lump free. As you can see, there were no lumps formed. So the kheer slightly thickens after it cools down a bit. And here you see the perfect results. And I did not stop at this. I cooled down my kheer by keeping it in a small mud pot, that's a handi, as it gives a really good flavor to the kheer once it sets inside it. So if you have any handi or a mud pot at home, then do transfer your kheer into it and keep it in the fridge. I transferred my kheer into this handi and let it chill in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 hours before serving it, as it gave the best results and once the kheer slightly thickens, it also tastes even better. And this handi too gives a really good flavor to the kheer. Hope you enjoyed this video, and as you see, the ingredients were few and the results turned out amazing. So please do give this recipe a try, and if you're visiting my channel here for the first time, then don't forget to click on the subscribe button.